Welcome back, everyone. Staring from Mysterian Gaming here. Today we're running the dungeon known as Zul'Gurub. Back then, it used to actually be a raid in Classic WoW, but now it's a dungeon. And as you can see, I have a friend here with me known as Neostar. We're gonna just jump right into it, so let's go. And as you can see, archaeology buff there too as well. Gotta get your transmog. Alright, but now we're here at the boss known as High Priest Venonox. Basically, he's a nature damage caster and a snake Loa worshipper. He has Venom infused, in which he'll summon up a cloud of poison. You take damage in it. He has Ward of Headless, or however you pronounce that. Inflict damage on a player and knock him back. The Whispers will focus a beam of poison on someone. And Toxic Link will link two players together, making them take damage. Now, Toxic Explosion happens when the link breaks. Then, at stage 2, he turns into one of the guys you see right here. Which he'll have his Venom Infusion, which is still it'll become a maze of poison that you have to be careful of. A Blessing of the Snake God increases his damage taken, but he can't dodge or parry anymore. And in the pool of acidic tears, summons a puddle near the person furthest away from him. In the breath, he basically spews forth poison within a 151-yard cone in front of him. And then stage 3, returns to his altars, starts casting Blood Venom, which creates 3 tendrils of poison that follows people around. And then Venom Withdrawal. After the Blood Venom completes, he's in withdrawal and pretty much stunned, so he'll take additional damage for 10 seconds. And it's that Poison Cloud, as you can see, it's just what this is.
You disturb the plans of Gurub. My death! It's too late for you. Too late for all of you.
My buddy here is pretty silent. Now there's additional ads in here that you can farm, like this one here, the Smensler. He'll drop a loot bag. As you see, my buddy there got the giant sack. It'll have materials in it. I see it had ore and gems in it this time. And there should be another one coming up here on our right. And it seems as usual, when I run with my pal here, he tends to seem to get all the loot. Now here's the next part, where you gotta dodge boulders as you climb your way up. Now we're here on the Bloodlord Mandoric. Basically, he has deadly abilities known as Decapitate, which he'll cast some heavy damage to a random player. He levels up if he kills someone, which means he does increased damage, and it will stack. And you're going to die in this fight. It doesn't matter, but there is a mechanic that actually helps you. So, Devastating Slam will take a random player and leap in the air and do damage to them. Bloodletting, he inflicts 50% of the player's health as shadow damage over 10 seconds. And at 20% health, he frenzies, which he'll do increased attack speed, and he'll only cast Decapitate, but he'll do it more often. Now, he has an undead raptor mount there as Ogan. Ogan's orders, he'll dismount and try to kill a chained spirit. Basically, you gotta kill the mount first before anything. Keep it dead. Pretty much, priority is to make sure the raptor stays dead at all times. Now, the chained spirits are the ones who actually... Sorry about that. I forgot I had that active. I like helping people out. Basically, if you get killed, there's a limited numbers of revives, but you can get revived. Hence the reason you keep the raptor dead at all times, so he cannot kill your res. But when you get rezzed, you get increased damage and healing and maximum health, and it stays during the duration of the fight, and it can stack. So dying can be beneficial, but you still want to avoid it.
Make peace, beats. I be delivering you to Haka. My cell beats. Jindo. Metosom insects. Now you will feel my wrath.
Now back then, you had to kill all the bosses to actually unlock the final. Now you only really have to take out 2 to do it, but we're going to take everything out. Now we're actually coming up to a boss that requires you to have a certain skill active. You have to have high-level archaeology in order to actually do this boss. Now, to actually activate this boss, you have to run around and check all these artifacts. As you can see, there's fossil, glyph tablet, a dwarven vase, I guess you would call it, an elven vase. You gotta try to get all 4 of these artifacts hidden. Now, only one of them's actually the true one you want to find. And as you see, my buddy there just found the glyph. Now, each one has its own thing, but you have to be fast. You want to get a good boss when you summon that stuff up. This area is known as the Cache of Madness, and it has 4 bosses. Now, I don't know which one we're going to get, but my buddy just got the Dwarven Urn there. Let's see. Wushley is basically a shaman casting nature damage and lightning. Riktini, or whatever you want to call him, is a rogue. Hazaran is shaman with some druid abilities. And Grillik is pretty much a warrior. There we go. My buddy's got 3 of the 4. Come on, pal. I know you can do it. And he got all 4. Now the Cache of Madness will spawn a random boss. Let's see who we get. We got Grillik, the warrior.
Please fight now.
I have many, many wares. Many farewells.
Now, as you see, I actually have a quest here. It requires you to kill Glub and the Master Chef. Killing these 2 actually drops additional items for cooking. And we're actually coming up to the Master Chef, but we have a boss beforehand. We're actually going to take a right. Now, this guy is not actually a boss. We call him a mini-boss. You kill this guy to get some enchanting materials, which my buddy, as usual, gets. Basically, you get a quick... don't remember what this version of the epic enchanting material is, but he drops 1. Now, the Master Chef here is the one you want to kill for the quest. The guy normally drops a cache of meats, more or less. As for grub, he drops fish. Now we're actually heading up to High Priestess Kirona. She has 2 stages. First one's no, get out. Basically, she casts a Shadow Bolt. A wave of acne basically sweeps across in front of her, doing shadow damage and knocking people back. Tears of blood, she leaves a trail of blood from her eyes, inflicting damage to all players within distance of her for 6 seconds. The Whale of Shadow, basically, she does shadow damage to everyone. Lash of Anguish is a magic effect. She'll attack a random player for 50% of her normal melee damage, and doing damage over time to them for 10 seconds. Phase 2 is when she turns into her avatar form. Here, she gets Rage of the Ancients, an avatar basically increasing her damage and haste, and it does stack up to 25 times. Now she has the ability known as Vengeful Smash. Basically, she leaps in the air and lands with her smash, dealing damage to everyone. She can actually conceal herself, and then she'll go behind a random person and use Ravage, inflicting 100% of her normal melee damage and causing them to bleed for 10 seconds. And as you can see, there are 16 Panthers in here that will attack. Pretty much the ads, as usual, are your priority.
This body is useless.
Now, like I said, you only have to take out 2 of the Guardians to win, but As usual, bonus ejections are something you like to do. Now we're heading our way over to Zanziel. Zanziel's a unique fight because of the cauldrons. But we're going to talk about his fire ability. He puts a line of fire that does that arcane damage to anyone who stands it, and they take an additional damage for 5 seconds. Terrible Tonic, he'll throw a bottle at a random player, dealing any nature damage to him. Voodoo Bolt, which is interruptible, inflicts shadow damage, but you want to interrupt it now. He has 1 of 3 rights he'll conduct. As you can see, the red elixir will bring a zombie, the blue will bring a berserker, and the green will basically put graveyard gas. Now the cauldrons are also your friends. You want to make sure you get the right cauldron for whatever one he casts from. So basically, if he does red, grab red. If he does green, do green. If he does blue, get blue.
You come to laugh at Zanziel. Zul'Gurub is nothing without that. Oh.
Now there's actually another ad here that you should kill to get some additional loot. And that would be the Four-Winged Hive Queen. She drops, I guess you would call it a honeycomb. Ah, crap. I fell. But I see there's Gub. We're actually gonna take a quick little hit here and try to snipe him, but it seems my buddy knows me all too well. Now as you can see, we looted Grub's cache, which has some anglefin rockfish in it. Now let's see, since I actually got Grub, he's probably gonna get this little mini boss here. Or my luck might be changing. Now you see you get a honeycomb offer. I forget what's exactly in there, but we're gonna open it up and look. Some herbs, some volatile air, and life. Now that we've taken out all the guardians, we're gonna go and do the final boss. While we're rotting there, let's bring up Jindu, the Godbreaker. Phase 1. You basically just started fighting him. Sorry, got a little chest congestion there. During phase 1, he'll create a field of deadened magic on the ground. You'll take less damage, but your casting speed increases. The Shadow of Fakar, he drops powers from the spirits to charge his weapons. Basically, he'll unleash bursts of energy that change to additional targets. But you take 85 less damage for the chain. Phase 2, he drags you into another realm, the spirit realm. During this time, you want to make sure you kill these spirit warriors due to the fact that you're going to actually need them in order
I'm out of range.
to do this phase. There will be chains of Hakar. You need to destroy the chains with the Gurashi Spirit's Body Slam. If you get targeted, you need to run to those chains and let the Body Slam hit them in order to break the barrier over it, and then you can DPS the chains. Destroying all the chains will end the fight, allowing Hakar to finish off Jindu. At this time, there will also be Twisted Spirits that will come out of portals. You gotta make sure you take them out as well, because they can swarm you, but they have low health. So be careful. We're gonna get this fight started, and hopefully my buddy here don't do something.
Welcome to the great show, friends. Have just wait till you see what I got in store for ya.
Your deceit is unforgivable, Jindo. You spit in the face of a god.
I might need to take my shield off. Chances are, I might have had Holy Shield reflect onto him. Now, as you see, he just cast Body Slam, which allowed the chain to be destroyed. Like I said, the only way to destroy the shield on the chain is the Spirit's Slam. But you also don't want to leave them up too long. As you see, they get a frenzy buff, increasing their attack speed. So you have to be careful.
Overstepped your bounds.
Now that isn't supposed to happen. Jindo is supposed to be just killed by Hakar, but But guys, this has been Zul'Gurub with my buddy Neostar. Hope you enjoyed the video. Ask you to subscribe and like videos. And also check out my Twitch channel and follow me there. The goal is to hit Advocate so we can start using funds to better both channels. Well, this has been a Staring from Staring Gibbon. I'll see you guys in the next video.